What's up, guys? Max here from madazmoney.com. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Labor Day weekend so far. And on my end, I've been fighting a pretty bad bout of tonsillitis for about a week. I'm about 60% recovered. You can kind of hear in my voice it's not as lively. It's because I can't really speak that I can't use my voice that often nowadays because I'm still in the recovery phase. But the week has been absolutely horrible. So if my explanations are a little bit more concise and less elaborate in this video, do apologize, but I just gotta be on a little bit of a vocal rest here. But I do want to make this video because despite the illness, I just managed to pull off my second best week of all time, where I made over $350,000. On top of that, I also posted my second best day of all time, where I made $144,000 on Friday, which is going to be the main focal point of this video, where I'm going to show you guys a live trade that I took on Tesla bounce play off the 370 area, where I managed to make over $100,000 on that trade. So that's pretty notable trade. I wanted to just record that and show it to you guys, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I've been trading really well. 32 straight green days, no red days in 32 days, and hope everything just keeps going. The second part of the video, I'm going to show you guys, of course, the broker statement of August. This is something that I wanted to show you guys in a video I wanted to make earlier in the week, but unfortunately, like I said, got a really bad sore throat, couldn't talk, couldn't really do much about it. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the broker statement now, because it was pretty slow. Despite a pretty slow, relatively slower month of August, it was very consistent. I managed to pull off a no loss, no red day, all green month in August. Pulling off some pretty good profits. It was actually my second best month of all time, despite it being quote unquote slow. No standout days, just a lot of consistent same profits every single day, and they added up nicely. Sometimes that's just the way trading works, and sometimes that's just the name of the game. So without further ado, here's the broker statement. Alright guys, so this is the broker statement for August 1st to August 31st. You see right there, this is of course not a screenshot, highlighted and everything, F5, refresh, but you can see right there, this is, outside of that $86,000 day, there's no real standout days, just a bunch of 40,000, 20,000, 30,000, a couple 50,000 in there, a couple even in like below $10,000 days. But it was just a relatively slow month, but consistent. That's the key, consistent. So it was an all green month. You can see there no red days, no negative numbers there in the net total or net column. So you can see how much I finished on the month right there. It's about $645,000, $645,960.71 officially on the month of August, my second best month of all time. Alright guys, just as an added bonus, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what the broker statement looks like so far for the month of September. Of course, we've only had 1 week, not even one full week of trading, as September 1st was on a Tuesday, so we've only had 4 trading days in September. But you see right there, so far it's looking pretty good. Great start, 45,000, 71,000, 35,000, of course, the $143,000 day there yesterday, so I'm up already almost $300,000 on the month, guys. $300,000 in just 4 days. That's crazy, isn't it? Alright, so of course this is my chart log account, where I upload all of my broker data to basically help with my journaling and tracking. You can see right there, this is my $50,000 account that I started in May 26th. You see there, officially May 26th. Again, this is profits, not equity. I know it says equity graph, but this is profits. That's why the chart starts at 0. But in just a little bit over 3 months, you can see I've taken the account up to $2.44 million. 91% accuracy there, win rate. So green on 91% of the trades. It is statistically significant because I take, on average 25 round trips, 25 round trips per day over the course of 3 months. You're talking about like 1,500 plus trades. So averaging 91% there, which is, I know a lot of guys are going to say that's BS, but If you guys trade alongside me, if you guys are inside the Madaz money trading community, you know exactly how I trade. I take some pretty high percentage setups. So, but yeah, pretty awesome. 50,000 to 2.44 million. Hopefully we can get this to like 5 million by the end of the year. That would be pretty awesome. All right, so we're gonna go and jump right into the live trading footage. You can see on the screen here, this is Tsla. So unfortunately, you can kind of see I'm already in the position. The reason why this was the case is because this particular day, like I said, I was feeling absolutely terrible. I had no energy. Picture yourself as like an RPG character where you're like poisoned, you got like 1 HP left, and you're just trying to desperately find the antidote before you just like faint, right? That was me. I was basically trying to nail this trade because I knew the opportunity was going to be there. Unfortunately, I was not in the best condition, but I knew I had to take advantage of it. But I was just like struggling to just get this trade over with, make the money, and then just like go pass out of my bed and start recovering again. But the reason why I didn't get the beginning of this trade was because, you know, as the trade was coming in, I knew it was time to, you know, hit the recorder. The recorder wasn't cooperating, wasn't working. It kept freezing, crashing, whatever. I was like, you know what, forget it. It was either between nailing the trade for the $100,000 or try to get the video. You know, it was one or the other. So I was like, forget the video. I just started to take the trade, got in my position. You can see right there, I'm in 11,534 shares, 378 average. But, you know, once I got in the trade, I was like, you know what, now I can try to get the recording going. So maybe I can give you guys a little bit of something. So I can tell you guys, hey, like, what did I do to manage the trade? And then show you guys my exits. I did a couple of re-ads. So you guys can at least get something out of it, right? So, you know, deal with what we got here. And hopefully you guys can still learn a thing or two. So a little bit of context behind the trade. Unfortunately, since I didn't show the entry, the context basically here is, if you look at Tsla, this is trading view here, show you guys real quick. Tsla, you can see that there's a lot of support here on a daily chart between 360 and 370. So I was anticipating basically a bounce between 360 and 370, and then start to look to see if the stock was going to bottom on the tape. You know, the stock obviously fell from 500 down to 360, 370. So if you're thinking about it like that, that's a pretty big drop, right? And especially since the stock was, you know, they just did a split, 5-to-1 split. You know, that's a pretty big drop. I think that if you do the math, it was like the equivalent of like an 800-point drop pre-split. So pretty substantial, and I knew it was due for a bounce. It was going to give us a really nice bounce play, and that's exactly what we got. So let's look at it. Okay, so the stock already bounced here off this 372. 372 was the low, so that's pretty close to that 360, 370 area I was talking about. I'm currently down on a day $3,800. You can see right there. Let's see, we're gonna play this a little bit faster just to conserve time. But you can see I'm down $3,800. I was actually up about 40,000 earlier. I took a lot of paper cuts on the way down, so I end up basically back to, you know, break even, slightly red. But currently I basically nailed the bottom here. I'm in at 378. I'm already up $31,000, so I'm probably going to be green, and green nicely. It's just a matter of how much, right? Now, one thing that I don't show on this video is that on my side screen, on my left side, on my left screen, I actually have a SPY chart up. So when you're trading, you know, large cap stocks or high beta names, you should always have a general idea of what the overall market is doing, because, you know, these type of stocks are usually influenced by the market. So SPY, if you guys were following this day, was actually, you know, taking a huge dump. So if you're going for a bounce play, you're trying to bottom feed, catch the falling knife on the stock while the market is crashing, you know, it's kind of difficult, right? You know, you're basically swimming against the current. So you want to see if SPY kind of lightens up a little bit, starts bouncing itself, and then that's when you have a little bit more conviction to jump in. So that's what I'm looking for right now on Tsla, and also on SPY on the left screen. Again, unfortunately, I didn't record that part, but that's what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so that's what I'm using to manage this trade. So I'm watching the tape on Tsla as always. You guys know me, I'm a big tape reader. I'm aware of these levels. 370 now is confirmed as a bottom. You got bounce potential up to 390, 395, and 400. And then at the same time, keep an eye on what SPY is doing. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on. Again, I'm sitting pretty here. You know, I'm up around $30,000. Got 11,000 shares. That's a big position. Like I said, guys, trying to trade sick, trying to trade without being sick, as hard as it is, but trying to trade sick is really hard. And trying to trade sick with $4 million positions is like really, really, really hard. I mean, words. I can't choose even the right words to properly describe how hard it was. I mean, it's probably worse than trading like hungover. I can't really. Yeah, it was bad, but I'm thankful that it worked out. But yeah, right now the stock's doing pretty well here. You see that's bouncing. I wanted to see it hold over 380, but of course, obviously above that low, 372. You see now I'm looking pretty good. I sold half of it in that push. You see right there now I only have 5,500 shares. Now I'm up green now. I realized $37,000, which means I made $40,000 on that portion of the sell, holding half of my position, hopefully for a bigger push. So, you know, I sold into that push probably because I think the SPY was still not looking too hot at the time. I don't exactly remember. But, you know, I'm looking for a 390 push on the rest. That's what I'm looking for on Tesla. 390 push. You see how, like, right now, what's going on here, and I do remember this part, is that Tesla is really sensitive to any sort of SPY downward movement. So you see how, like, you know, Tesla, it went from, it basically just did a pretty big red candle, right? So it does this a lot. And it kind of has me a little bit spooked because I do have a very big position. I added back in on this dip. Now I'm back up 8,000 shares. Average is now at 380. But overall, you see how Tesla, you know, it goes up with this big green candle. It kind of gives back a lot of the move pretty quickly. That kind of has me a little bit scared because for a stock that's dropped from 420, 430 almost basically down to 370, that's a pretty big drop, right? It's a 60-point drop. It's kind of struggling to bounce hold a bounce of like 10 points. So you're talking about 1/6 of that, you know, retracement. It's kind of like struggling already. That kind of has me a little bit scared that it's running into walls of sellers after only recovering 1/6 of the drop. So that kind of has me a little bit scared, not gonna lie. And also SPY not cooperating, you know, had me a little bit on the defensive, but still in the position. You know, again, I'm now green on the day. You see the stock now needs to hold that 380 area. Let's see, I add back a little bit more, so I now have 10,000 shares now. This little 380 wash. Now I'm currently down in the position a little bit because my average is a little bit higher now because of that one ad. But 380, I basically want to see this thing hold a higher low. You know, I want to see it basically confirm this as the bottom, 372. You know, it pulled back, and I want to confirm a higher low, and I want this to make higher highs. That's basically what you want to see in a bounce play. Is you want to see an uptrend, a nice little uptrend, confirmed uptrend, and yeah, you see now it's still dancing around this 380 area. 377, 378. Again, I don't want this thing going back to lows because then that wouldn't be good. But it's still dancing around this 380 area. And you know, just trying to figure out what the stock wants to do, right? Again, as a long, I want this thing to confirm that it's gonna make a higher low here and continue higher, obviously. I added a couple more shares there, insignificant. Now I'm in 11,110 shares officially, and now it's bouncing. So now it's confirming that 380 area. I'm feeling a little bit better about it now. And again, I'm trying to manage this this position while being really sick. It's really hard. But now, yeah, now it's looking a lot better. You can see right now I'm up, you know, over $50,000 unrealized on top of the 37 that I'm up. So at this point in time, I'm thinking that 6 figures is probably possible on this trade. Right there, 77,000 there, briefly showing as a stock hitting 386. So now at this point, I'm, you know, watching this previous high of the move, which is close to 390. It was like 388 or something. Watching for a 390 push. Ideally, you know, in a perfect world, it pushes straight to that VWAP area at 395 at least, and then that'd be up huge. But you know, nothing's ever perfect. Again, SPY was being a big time Debbie Downer doing all this. Again, if you guys can pull up a SPY chart and just kind of like compare it side by side, you'll see exactly what I was talking about. SPY was just not cooperating at this time. It was kind of just grinding and chopping around. If it bounced with a lot more conviction, I'd probably be up like huge on this trade for sure, really quickly. Like Tesla probably would have bounced straight to 400 or something. I'd be up like $200,000, but it is what it is. I still nailed the bottom. Still gonna get a nice win out of it. Again, this was my second best day of all time, and I did it not even trading small caps, just trading just Tesla. So, you know, for those of you guys that think that I only trade small caps, not necessarily the case, man. Man, it has a lot more versatility than you think. So, you know, again, not really liking this little coil action that it's doing, but as long as it holds over 380, you know, I'm gonna be fine. You know, a couple of these wick backs over wick below 380s and recover, that's not gonna scare me. I did sell a couple there. It looked a little bit too weak, but I'm still holding on to 5,000 shares. You know, still a 7-figure position on this trade. I'm in up $68,000 on the day, which is pretty damn good. 2 hours into the day now, it's only 11:30. So watching for the bounce here. Again, you know, it's still holding at 380, so as long as it holds 380, it's got a shot to just rocket up toward that 390 area, which is what I'm looking for. Right now, it's still dancing around 384. I'm still green, unrealized, and realized. So, you know, still in the driver's seat here. But you'll see the rocket ship up right there. Boom, 385. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Looking for that push toward that 388, 390 area. Trying to sell 2,500 shares there at 386.7. You see right there, just above 387. Now I'm up a realized 84, 80, almost $85,000. Unrealized 20,000. So I should be able to hit that 6-figure mark. 389, looking good. 390s, selling something there at 390s. Now I'm officially up in the 6-figure club now, guys. $101,000 on the day. Now it's just a matter of just padding that number there. See what we got. 1,400 shares left at this point. Very manageable. See what we got here. Watch 388, 389. At this point, you know, I'm just looking to see if it pushes over 390. If it can't, then I'm just going to sell it. Because, you know, 390 seems to be a little bit of resistance here. Watching the tape here. You see there's a little bit of selling there in the 389s. And I ultimately decided to just sell out there because I didn't like the sellers at 389. So, you know, overall, really nice trade, guys. $114,000 realized. Remember, I was down 3,800. So I basically made $118,000 on this Tesla trade in just about an hour. So an hour, 6 figures. I mean, it sounds pretty good to me, especially while sick. But yeah, guys, just want to show you guys a little live trade here. You know, this Tesla bounce play. I was actually waiting for this trade for several days. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Just needed a pretty big down market day to probably trigger it, but we eventually got it. Unfortunately, the bounce wasn't like, you know, the quick big bounce that I wanted, you know, like the sharp move to 400. I wanted to see if I can make like several $100,000 on this trade, but you know, whatever. $114,000, pretty good. End up $144,000 on the day. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys got a thing or two from this live trade example. Again, if you guys want to see these live trades called out live, of course, as they happen, madazmoney.com. My trading community is where I do it live every single day. We do currently have a Labor Day sale going on. Check it out. Go to madazmoney.com. There's promo codes for 20% off for the monthly and 30% off for the annual. You guys want to check that out, where I do live trading commentary every single day, calling out traders like this. Other than that, guys, check it out. Check out my Twitter and Instagram as well. Twitter is where I post my live trading ideas every single day, including my live P&Ls and all that good stuff. for several years now, so check that out. And of course, Instagram's where I post all the shenanigans that I do on the side. But other than that, guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if in the comment section if you guys banked on this Tesla trade as well. Maybe some of you guys banked on the short side. Just let me know how much you guys made. All right, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.